NFL Week 13 starts tonight. And now I know what you're thinking. There's no games tonight. But it's Tuesday night, which means it's officially Fantasy Football Waiver Wire Night. And that's what separates the champions from the chumps. So we got to make sure you're squared away there. What's up, guys? It's your Football Doc here. And as always, I'm going through my top Fantasy Football Waiver Wire targets for Week 13. These are the guys you should be targeting if you're in a pinch, whether it's due to injuries or bye weeks, and you need someone to fill in that roster to help you secure that dub. And let's be honest, Week 13, there's 6 bye weeks, so there's a good chance you need somebody. So the New York Giants, Baltimore Ravens, Las Vegas Raiders, Chicago Bears, Buffalo Bills, and Minnesota Vikings all on bye this week. So if you have any of those guys on those rosters, obviously not going to be playing this week. So we're targeting guys that are typically less than 50% of ownership in most leagues. However, we're going to start with one in Colts running back Zach Moss, who's a little bit over that number, but he's so important we got to talk about him. So Zach Moss, he is going to be on the field a lot now with Colts running back Jonathan Taylor out at least 2 weeks. Looks like he picked up a thumb injury. It was kind of went under the radar, but he was requiring surgery, so a minimum 2 weeks. Very good chance he could end up on IR and miss up to 4 weeks. So it's a situation where Zach Moss, not only for this week, but a couple weeks in the future, you want to grab him. He's already showed us that he's a very proven and capable runner when he's the RB1. He's involved in the passing and the running game, loves to find the end zone. And I know he's going up against that stout Tennessee defense, but I think by pure volume, he's going to get there this week, and he's someone you want to have in your lineup as long as JT is out of their lineup. All right, next up, running back for the Baltimore Ravens, Keaton Mitchell. Now, he is just an absolutely explosive rookie running back out of ECU, and let's be honest, the Ravens are best when they are running the ball. No matter what they want to say about Lamar throwing all over the place, especially with no Mark Andrews, they want to lean on that run game, and I think they're sustainable to hold not only Mitchell, but as well as Gus Edwards there. And Mitchell is clearly the most explosive back that they have. They like getting involved in the passing and the running game, and he's got that big game ability where he could just break away, which John Harbaugh has been trying to get him more and more involved. The fact that he got more touches than Gus Edwards last week. I don't know if that is sustainable, but he's definitely going to be a part of that offense. And if he's already on a good offense and he's that explosive, you got to have him in the lineup. Make sure you grab Keaton Mitchell. Next running back up is Denver Broncos running back Samaje Perine. Now, I know what you're thinking. They already got Javonte Williams. There's got Jaleel McLaughlin. There's really room for Perine. Yes, there is. Perine has absolutely carved himself as one of the top receiving backs in the league, top 5 in that area. He has a solidified role in the passing game, and there's a lot of dunk downs that Russell Wilson loves to give. Also, he's a very capable runner. He's a tough downhill runner he's going to break through arm tackles. He's not going to go down easily, and he's the type of runner that Sean Payton loves, and I think Sean Payton's going to reward him with even more touches. He got 7 carries for 55 yards and a touchdown last week, as well as his passing game work. So I like Perine to kind of phase Jaleel McLaughlin out and to really be that RB2 behind Javonte Williams. All right, next up, we are going to a tight end in Pittsburgh. We're talking about Steelers tight end Pat Freiermuth, and the change in the water seems to have been a very good sign in Pittsburgh. First time in over 50 games that they've finally reached 400-plus yards. Bye-bye, Matt Canada. Hello, seams to the tight end. New OC clearly loves getting Freiermuth down the field and hitting those seams. That is a welcome sight there in Pittsburgh. And Freiermuth, as he's getting healthy, he's a big red zone target for Kenny Pickett. So I love Freiermuth to continue the momentum he built this week and maybe even pick up a touchdown next week. All right, last guy up, we're going with a speedy wide receiver in Los Angeles. We're talking about Los Angeles Chargers wide receiver Jalen Guyton. Now, definitely someone who's kind of lower on the list as far as rostered here, but I think he's got the potential to have a big game. He has breakaway speed. He's only getting healthier off his ACL, and he was dealing with a little bit of a groin. He's someone that really only requires a couple catches to really kind of get you there in fantasy. He's had over 5 targets the last 2 weeks he's been on the field. So I like Jalen Guyton in an offense that simply needs to find someone outside of Keenan Allen. It doesn't look like Quentin Johnson is going to be that guy. So he's someone where really, again, Guyton only takes 1 or 2 catches to be down the field, can run very well. I think he's got a good matchup against the Patriots who, let's be honest, they just got carved off by my boy Danny DeVito. Tommy DeVito, look at that. Even Danny DeVito carved them up. But, I like Guyton there, so look to pick him up, especially if you want some splash. A little bit of a riskier play, but a splash play at the wide receiver. All right, so for some of my deeper league guys, we're going to be targeting actually another Chargers wide receiver, Joshua Palmer. Definitely someone you want to stash where he's eligible to come off the IR this week. There's not been a lot of news about that knee injury, so we don't know if he's definitely going to come off, but he's got such good chemistry and shown the production on the opposite side of Keenan Allen that he is nice enough to even have. Whether it's this week or next week, he's a big enough player that you're going to want to have him on your roster, even if you just stick him in your IR spot. Make sure Joshua Palmer is picked up. The other guy is A.T. Perry for the Saints. And this is more of the situation where likely no Chris Olave, likely no Raheem Shaheed, and there's no one else left in New Orleans. So the rookie has an opportunity to go ahead and step up. He's a little bit inconsistent, but he's got a great opportunity this week. Last guy, tight end for the Patriots, Hunter Henry. We're going to hope that Bailey Zappi brings a little bit of boost to that passing game. He's very capable. New England loves their tight ends, going up against the Chargers defense that allows a lot to the tight end. So I think Hunter Henry in a very nice pinch opportunity could help you get there. All right, guys, that is my top fantasy football waiver wire targets for NFL Week 13. For more fantasy football, IDP, college football news, if it's football and its injuries, I'm talking about it. So follow me on here, on TikTok, and on X at SGPN Football Doc, or over on YouTube at SGPN Fantasy Football. And let's go ahead, stack some W's, let's win some championships, and let it ride.